Hello, my name is Stan Targos. I'm one of the founders of Responsible College Advocates. I'm also an Insurance WebEx mentor. I'm here today to talk about college planning, Gilligan's Island style. And you might ask, what does Gilligan's Island have to do with college planning? Well, as we get into a college in debt tour, you'll find out. It's actually pretty simple. The connection is really easy. If you remember Gilligan's Island, they went on a 3-hour tour that was a life-changing event. And we want to give you the opportunity to take a 3-hour tour into college in debt that will also be a life-changing event. College and debt are the two biggest opportunities in the market today. Everyone's talking about it. Social media, regular media, newspapers, politicians, high schools, grade schools, middle schools, water cooler conversations is happening everywhere. Everyone else is teaching and learning online in this world. Now we can too. It's time we stepped up our game so that we can meet people where they're at today. Our 3-hour tour allows for a Google Earth view of the island with no risk to you and to your business. There's no travel, no hotels, no lost day of productivity. It's a victory all the way around. We're changing the world. Come join us for a virtual overview. As we do this, we want to make sure that your goal is to dominate the marketplace with college planning events, virtual and live, that are easy to implement. When our 3-hour tour begins, you're going to learn how to separate yourself as a pay-for-college specialist. We have nonprofit certifications, how to save time and increase appointments, how to solve the most pressing issue that a family faces pre-retirement, how to let our system do the heavy lifting so you can spend your time being productive at the conference room or at the table or at a webinar meeting families, helping them. We're going to eliminate the bait and switch tactics that happen all over the place in the college planning world. We don't want to bring people in and then have to sell them a product or a program representing a third party. We want to be true to who we are, financial advisors helping people manage their economy and cash flow. We want to leverage the social platforms that are out there, and we're going to show you how to do that in an easy way that doesn't require you to become a social media expert or guru. We want to become a trusted partner to the families in your community, not just a counselor. So how is this different? Well, the competition actually goes out and promotes themselves as get into college experts. That's why we hardly have any real competition. They're all product driven and they're viewed as a commodity. We're information and strategy driven, and that's a huge difference in this industry. We have compelling conversations and stories that give hope and confidence to the families we meet. We have the nonprofit certification, which allows for a no-cost solution to the parents. Wouldn't you like to meet a family, create pain, give hope to a solution, and then deliver it without having to charge a fee? If they have $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to pay you for their information, that money's better spent reducing the cost of college, not getting information that you can give them as a trusted partner and a resource. Clients are going to chase you because they need your unique expertise. And that happens time in and time out with us. So let the tour begin. And the tour begins with acceptance. Our message is a socially acceptable problem to have. That's why it's so powerful. It's different when you meet somebody and you have to search to find a problem and then impose pain on them that they're not ready for. They might run from that. Ours is magnetic. It attracts them because everyone's concerned about it, but we have the organic solution they've been looking for. We are not get into college counselors. Families do not struggle with getting into the next phase. And I know this is true because when I meet people, I ask them 3 questions, whether it's in a group setting, a small group setting, a webinar, or one-on-one. Do you know if your son or daughter is going to do something after high school? 100% of the families raise their hand. Do you know that there's a cost associated with that next step? 100% of the families raise their hand. Do you know how to pay for it? Less than 2% of the families raise their hand. We are there solving the pay for college problem that they struggle with, that they all struggle with. It's the stress most families feel. The clients we meet are motivated to do business with us. We are positioned to handle it because we talk about money right out of the gate. They have a bill due in August of their kids' freshman year in high school. You know how to solve it. And when we're positioned as a pay-for-college specialist, our annual reviews are actually income opportunities. We average $14,000 per family in street level commissions in the first 120 days when they need our solution. And that's about 35 to 40% of the time. We average 5 sales over 2 years. And when we meet on a quarterly and an annual and a multi-annual basis, depending on how many kids they have, every time we meet, it's not just to review what we did, to argue with them about what the market's doing and how their annuity performed. We're adding value. They're finding opportunities, and we are positioning ourselves for that next opportunity to do business with them. We work virtually. We've done hundreds of thousands of commissions over the last 12 months with families that we've never met. Everything's been done by web-based, by screen sharing, by platforms that we already have in place so you can use them. We have young advisors that are as young as 22 and advisors that are as old as 70 that are having success doing this. So the learning curve isn't that steep. And we have a revolving stream of new clients. My recent conversation is what I want to share with you, but before I do that, I want to let you know that you can follow me on Insurance WebEx to get more information, to get data, to get resources. You can simply call 800-344-4105 or send an email to marketing@brokerschoice.com. If you call or send an email, I'll make sure that they send out 2 excellent webinars that we did that talk about conversations that generate hundreds of thousands in commissions that you can implement tomorrow, whether you participate with us or not, and how to do no-cost college events, how to have the lowest client acquisition cost in the industry. Free resources for you. There's no obligation with those. But the conversation that I recently had, I was at a daddy-daughter dance with my daughter. She's 10 years old, she's beautiful, she's dressed in her dress with her faux fur coat on, just looking fantastic. My friend belongs to a country club, invited 4 of us out to dinner. Our daughters are sitting against the window. We're overlooking one of the greens. They ordered chicken tenders and we ordered salmon because we're mature, of course. But the girls are playing Old Maid together and tic-tac-toe and games that girls like to play. The guy next to me says, "So, what do you do for a living?" I say, "I help families get into college, help them reduce the cost of college on the front end, qualify for the maximum amount of gifting, and eliminate the debt within 4 to 6 years after the last child graduates. What do you do?" He says, "Oh, I'm purchasing for electrical equipment at an automotive supplier, and this is what I do." And he starts asking me questions, and I turn it back on him. How does China affect it? I'm trying to be interested in him. But he's like a pit bull on this conversation because he has an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old, and he's concerned, and he's only done 529s, and I debunked that myth, and he's paying off his house, and I debunked that myth, and he's putting money in his 401k, and I debunked that myth, and he says, "Everything that I think I'm doing that's right is wrong. When my kids go to college, I'm going to overpay. Can you help me?" I said, "Absolutely, I can help you." As I'm trying to engage my daughter in conversation, he keeps pulling me away. 15 minutes later, he's sending me an email with all of his contact information, bought a book that I suggested that he buy online, and wants to set up a meeting with me and his wife to have coffee to talk about how this works. When I was doing Social Security, tax planning, retirement planning, 401k planning, final expense or mortgage protection, or MedSup, no one chased me down like that. College and debt are the ticket. They're the keys to the kingdom. I hope this information is valuable. I hope you make that phone call. 800-344-4105. Get some information, watch the next videos, and I'd love to see you on our next 3-hour tour. God bless everyone.